Okay, so in this video, what I'm going to show you is how to do substitution in algebra, right? So firstly, what does the word substitution means? It means to sub in for short. So you'll hear us saying, oh, you have to sub in, and then we can figure it out. What does sub? To sub means to swap. So these are the types of questions where they tell you what the variables are. So they'll tell you something like x equals 2, for example, and y equals 1, let's say, right? And then they'll give you an equation. And every time you see x, you have to put in 2. And every time you see y, you have to put in 1. So you're swapping them. So let's say this is the equation. Let's say it's 2x plus x plus y plus 3y, let's say, right? So every time you see x, you're going to sub in 2, because in this case. Now they'll give you a different equation, and they'll say it might be a and b, or it might be any letters, okay? They're just variables, unknowns. So we're going to say 2, and when the 2 and the x are beside each other, it means you multiply them. So for x here, we're going to put in 2, and we're going to put it in brackets, because bracket means multiply. Next one, plus 2, plus y is 1, plus 3, and again y is 1. So let's multiply it out now. You have 2 2's, which are 4, plus 2, plus your 1, plus, what's 3 multiplied by 1? 3. 3 1s are 3. So you add them, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's how we solve this type of equation, where they tell us when, for example, x is 2 and y is 1, what is the value of this? So the value of this is 10. Now, I want to show you another one, right? And instead of y being 1, I'm going to just change it, right? So let's say they said x is 2, but y is minus 1. And I know you love minus numbers. So you do the exact same thing. You sub in each time, except you're going to put minus 1 in now. So it's going to be 2 times 2 plus your 2 plus, and put it in brackets, minus 1 plus 3 again times minus 1. Now you can't forget your rules for multiplying and dividing integers. So if you have a positive and you multiply or divide by another positive, your answer is going to be always positive, yeah? If you have a negative and you multiply or divide by another negative, your answer is still going to be positive. So an easy way to remember is, if the two signs are the same, your answer is positive. If the two signs are different, for example, if you have a plus and a minus, your answer is always minus. Same if it's the other way around. A minus multiplied or divided by a plus, still going to be a minus. So if they're different, it's a minus. So let's work this out. Show your examiner step by step. So 2 2's are 4, plus your 2. Now, we have a plus by a minus. A plus by a minus gives us a minus, so that's going to be minus 1. Then, again, we have a plus 3 times minus 1. A plus by a minus is a minus, so that's going to be minus 3. Okay, so let's work it out. 4 plus 2 is 6, minus 1 is 5, minus 3 is going to give us 2. So, the big thing to remember in this is, when you sub in, make sure you read really carefully what they're telling you x and y are, or a, b, or whatever the letters are, whatever the variables. Because you're going to get the wrong answer if you put in 1 but it's actually a minus 1, for example. And show every single step. Don't try and use a tiny bit of paper and squash it all in. Use as much paper as you need, and you can double check on your calculator as well.